stories this week, but I also want to do some other videos too, just kind of have a decent amount of videos, but also more varied content for you guys. So, welcome to volume 16 of Am I the Asshole Stories. Today we've got, as usual, 5 stories, and I'm going to go over them. I'm going to give my opinion on if I think the person in the story was an asshole or not, and then I will have the, hopefully, audience participation in the comments, letting me know what they think of each story. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 1. Am I the asshole for asking my boyfriend to stop emulating Winnie the Pooh? So this conflict came up recently because I, 24 female, moved in with my boyfriend, 24 male. The issue is that he has started walking around the apartment and spending most of his days completely bottomless, dick out with just his shirt on. He calls this Winnie the Poohing. He told me he started it during work from home because he thought it was funny to be on Zoom and just not have pants on. I'll be honest, it makes me a little uncomfortable for him to constantly have his penis out in front of me, so I've requested he just wear boxers at least. He thinks I'm trying to be too controlling and that I should appreciate his body. However, it just feels kind of unsanitary and weirdly dangerous. For example, he was cooking with oil and a drop of oil spat out on the pan and landed on his penis. So, am I the asshole for not wanting to constantly look at my boyfriend's penis? I wouldn't say you're the asshole, but I'd be wondering if, is your boyfriend maybe having some sort of, a mental health crisis or something? Because, you have people who are, exhibitionists or whatever, and they'll go out in public and do, lewd things. I feel like that's gross. Do you know what I mean? Because most of the time, if you have someone who has, a fetish, it'll be something that doesn't harm other people. But, what if you go around and there's kids outside or something, and you're just doing this because you're being perverted? Or, what if someone sees it and they didn't want to see that? It's it feels invasive to other people's space. And the fact that he was, during COVID, he was on Zoom meetings with his genitals out, it's just unprofessional. Now, hey, maybe I'm unprofessional because of the fact that, I don't tuck in my shirt. Or, I have a coat that's big and looks like a garbage bag that I need to get stuff that fits me, but I'm looking to change it, looking to get professional, have my suit jacket, have the shirt tucked in, the belt, the proper pants and shoes. I don't know. I just feel like there's something a bit off about him, perhaps, if he enjoys his Winnie the Poohing. And I have to wonder if there's a component of it that takes it as a fetish, which is disturbing that you'd have a fetish based on a children's cartoon. But yeesh, I don't know. I don't think you're the asshole. I don't think the problem should be not wanting to constantly look at my boyfriend's penis per se, but more so the problem is that your boyfriend's doing this at all. I would say he's the asshole. Okay. So, number 2. Am I the asshole for deleting my son's Minecraft world? I have 2 children, a 9-year-old son and a 6-year-old daughter. My son had a Minecraft world where he built quite an impressive castle on an island, which he was very proud to show to me. Since school was cancelled, he's had issues with waking up on time. He's supposed to wake up at 7 a.m. each morning, but for the past month, he's been sleeping in until about 8 or 9. I always set up an alarm for him, but he sleeps right through it. I don't wake him up because waking himself up is a skill that he needs to learn. I told him about 2 weeks ago that there are going to be consequences for him if he continues to sleep in every morning. At first he understood and was waking up on time every morning, but for the past week or so, he's fallen back into old habits. I told him yesterday that this is his final warning. Today, he slept in until 11 a.m. So I followed through with my warning. I went on the computer and deleted his favorite Minecraft world. I also took away computer privileges for the next month. started screaming and crying. He told me that he spent a whole year working on that world, and he's very distraught that he's never going to see it again. He's been crying and sobbing throughout the day, and he's refused to eat any of his meals. Am I the asshole? I think you're the asshole, but it's because you've put yourself in this position with your kid. Like, you kind of are, you said he's what, 9? If he's 9, he should know about this already, this, like, alarms and stuff. And I'm assuming that based on the fact that he was waking up later, and it said school had been up for a month, this also took place during 2020. So COVID and people were missing school or doing online schooling for long periods of time. During the beginning of the pandemic, people I don't think went to school for a while, maybe a month or something like that. But you're the adult and the parent, so you should be kind of focusing on this. Like, so he's got these issues now, but have you taught him how to read? Have you taught him how to do things like be, as much as he can, self-sufficient when it comes to getting ready for the day, getting dressed, all this? What else is he missing? And I feel like maybe you should be focusing in more on that, as opposed to being mad that he's not succeeding when it seems like you haven't done anything to help him succeed, you know? So, story 3. Am I the asshole for telling my sisters that I can't spend time with them because we're of the opposite gender? I, 17 male, have an older sister, 18 female, and 2 younger twin sisters, both 15 female. We used to all be pretty close back in elementary and middle school, but come high school I realized I should hang out more with my guy friends. Since then, I've been pretty distant with my sisters. Every Saturday night besides finals week or an SAT prep week, my sisters play board games or watch a movie together, and they always ask me to join them, but I always say no, and it makes me feel guilty because I know my oldest sister especially wants to spend more time with me before she leaves for college in a few months. Yesterday, my sisters finally asked me why I always turn down their requests to do stuff with them, and I told them the truth. They got pretty upset and said it was a stupid reason. Am I the asshole? I don't think you're the asshole, but I think it's dumb to do that. It's like they're your sisters. I don't understand what the issue is. I mean, if you want more male friends, you can go get more male friends. Or female friends, for that matter. But it just seems odd that you wouldn't want to hang out with your family because of their gender. I don't know. I don't know if you're necessarily the asshole, but it is strange. 4. Am I the asshole for treating my daughter-in-law like a child when she was acting like one? My son and his wife have been staying with us for about a month now while they prepare to move into a new place in May. My wife and I enjoy having them with us, and for the most part, my daughter-in-law is lovely, but she is very messy. I'm retired from the army, and I've always run my house to a certain set of standards, and I expect them to be followed, even by guests. My son has always described his wife as someone who prefers clutter and generally likes to have things where she can see them. But after I voiced my displeasure over the clutter in the guest bedroom they are presiding in, as well as in the guest bath they use every day, she did begin to decrease this amount of clutter, but not to the standards I would like in my home. My daughter-in-law still leaves her makeup out in the bathroom until she gets home in the afternoons because she runs out of time in the mornings to put them up. To her credit, she does clean everything once she gets home, but I don't appreciate having to stare at the mess for hours until she does get home. I tried handling it privately with my son in hopes that he could talk to her about it, and while he did agree with me, he mostly made excuses about her behavior, equating it to an unstable home life growing up with incompetent parents and in the foster system towards her later teen years. I admit she still is quite young at 20, but my kids knew how to clean up after themselves before they were out of elementary school. My frustrations over the situation grew to a head one day when, yet again, she left her makeup in the bathroom, and in response, I took a trash bag and placed all the makeup and everything underneath the sink that was hers as well, and then, in the guest bedroom, every piece of clothing she owned, etc. I didn't have any intentions of actually throwing her belongings in the trash, but as I was on the matter, and I thought that maybe handling it how I would have handled a teenager would have given her a bit of a wake-up call, since she had seemed to miss out on it in her childhood. My daughter-in-law came home before my son, and when she discovered her things in the trash bags outside of the front door, I could tell that she was shell-shocked. I didn't yell, but I was stern when I explained to her that her behavior had been very disrespectful, and if it continued, she would have to leave my house. My daughter-in-law didn't say much and just looked at me with wide eyes the whole time. And then when I was done, she apologized and took all of her things back inside the room she was staying in. I could hear her crying, which seemed to me to be dramatic, and when my son got home, he apologized for my daughter-in-law's messiness, but said the way I handled the situation was too far. I told him it was my house, my rules. Now, my daughter-in-law has been keeping all of her things in her car and won't even place them in the house at all. She also becomes very reserved when I'm around, but is completely fine around my daughters and wife. The mess stopped, but now there is an awkwardness in the house. Am I the asshole? You're not the asshole, I guess, but you're very tone deaf. What did you expect to happen, honestly? And I mean, personally, I've been friends with people who grew up in bad, situations, and I mean, I had a pretty bad situation myself, but not to the level of the people like this, where they were in foster care and stuff. And I mean, I've been to houses that were very dirty, like hoarder houses, or houses where people just didn't clean up after their dogs and cats. There was like crap and urine smells everywhere, so sometimes that can make people kind of be influenced to just be really messy. But I mean, I'm not sure why you expected her to just be sunshine and rainbows after that, you know what I mean? It seems tone deaf, like I said. So I don't know if you're necessarily an asshole, but it's like, what did you expect? Number 5. Am I the asshole for not wanting to go to my brother's wedding because my stepson isn't invited? I, male 28, have been with my fiancée, female 30, for a year and a half. I have a stepson who's 4 that I adore and treat as my own. My older brother's wedding is soon. I was intending on going, but after I found out that my stepson was not invited, we started having issues. My brother explained that it's the nature of the wedding they chose, which is child-free, but my fiancée was upset that this rule was forced on family as well. She got into arguments with my brother and his fiancée and ended up deciding to not go to the wedding. As a result, I called my brother and told them I no longer want to come after what happened. He began arguing, saying my fiancée is the one being unreasonable and has now convinced me to miss his wedding. I told him that this is just me supporting my family, and after the way he and his fiancée treated them, I don't want to come. His fiancée said they don't owe us anything, and that this is a wedding rule that applied to everyone. I said, fine then, I'm not coming. My brother's pissed, and my parents are calling me unreasonable for being willing to miss my only sibling's wedding and basically let a woman I've only known for a year and a half drive a wedge between us. They said that if I go through with this, then I might lose my brother, who's been my support and comfort forever, and that a lot of damage and hurt will come out of this. I stopped responding to them, but members of extended family are saying that me and my fiancé are creating the problem, trying to control my brother's wedding. Am I the asshole? No, you're not the asshole. I think it's kind of weird that the brother wants a child-free wedding. I don't know. Doesn't that seem to be forcing his views on other people? Are you allowed to bring cats or like dogs? Is it that kind of child-free thing? I don't know. It's very strange. I wouldn't say you're the asshole, though. You have your priorities, and your priorities are family, so, I mean, all the power to you. But I want to know what you thought of the people in these stories, if you thought they were the asshole or not the asshole. I want to thank Marvin for being a member on the channel, and I want to thank everyone for liking, commenting, and watching these videos. I do appreciate it a lot, and I'm hoping to have more content more frequently for you coming up, including some new role